Hey everybody, it's Brandy. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome Friday night or Saturday morning, wherever you are in the world. I just wanted to kind of come to you guys today with a really quick video. It's not super long. It's a little bit more different than the style that you're used to with me, but I wanted to kind of give a synopsis of things I'm going to be talking about in the future, and I thought it was easier to do it this way. This video really isn't necessarily about Michael Jackson per se or the hoax per se, just more about what I think everything is about. I've discussed this topic a little bit in the past. If you are a subscriber of my channel, or you've watched my videos for a couple of years, you'll notice that I did talk about this before. I do have those videos. They're kind of buried in my playlist. I'm going to remove them because I don't want to confuse anybody, but I did talk about this previously, but I think it's very important before I get into the series to really talk about this subject, because I have spoken about it before, but a lot of people might not know about it or be educated on it. So I wanted to give a brief overview of it. I'm going to be talking about Cern. That's C-E-R-N. I'm going to be talking about that a lot in my series. And I wanted to kind of give everybody an overview on what Cern is before I get into it, because it's important that you guys do your own, I always say do your own research, do your own investigative work to really understand something, because sometimes it can get confusing when I'm talking about things. So I want to talk to you guys today about Cern. I thought it was very important to discuss it, bring it up with you, and talk about what it is, what's going on with it, why I think it's associated with Michael. Not so much the latter in this particular video, but I will get to that. So let's get right into it. CERN is basically the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It was founded in 1954. Basically, it was founded to unite nations through science. It's comprised of 21 European member states and about 10,000 scientists from 100 different countries around the world. Basically, it studies the components of matter using the Large Hadron Collider. This collider was built between 1998 and 2008, so it took about 10 years to build it. It's 27 kilometers, stretching underneath the France and Switzerland border near Geneva. It has an accelerator where protons travel close to the speed of light, that's super fast. So with this traveling of these particles, there are tens of millions of collisions each second with this. The scientists believe that these conditions recreate the first moments of the universe. Basically, huge detectors study the collisions, which are analyzed by a worldwide network of computers. So basically, one of the goals of CERN is to identify and break apart the glue that holds together the molecular particles that make up our physical world. Basically, in layman's terms, to find the God particle and recreate the Big Bang. So these scientists do not believe in God. They believe that we were created from a Big Bang. I'm sure you guys have heard about the Big Bang Theory, not the show, but the actual theory. So they're basically trying to recreate this. That's what they're doing, and it's very scary, actually, how they're doing it, but that's what the whole purpose of it, the premise is. That's what they're hoping to do. So basically, what's interesting about CERN, which I kind of just found out putting two and two together, the first data taking period lasted from March 2010 to early 2013. And afterwards, the accelerator was taken offline and upgraded for over the course of 2 years. So basically, we really started with CERN. It was launched in 2010. This accelerator was launched in 2010. What's interesting about that is 2009, 2010 is when, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Mandela effect. So we first started hearing about the Mandela effect in late 2009, early 2010. Basically, the Mandela effect is when basically someone has a clear memory of something that never happened in this reality. So it's called the Mandela effect because it's like with Nelson Mandela, a lot of people, including myself, clearly remember being like children or whatever at age in the early 90s and remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. This is something that Hundreds of thousands of people clearly remember. I clearly remember this. However, in 2013, it's announced that Nelson Mandela died. And there's no real in-between time with that. It's between the time of him actually dying and when we think it happened. So it's really strange. They say that it's false memories, but a lot of scientists are actually studying this now and saying that there's something to it. They believe it directly correlates with deja vu. So basically, it's a clear memory of something happening that didn't happen. There's all kinds of cases about it. You might want to look it up. I don't really want to get into it in this particular video. I will in other videos, but it's very interesting. And I find it interesting that this really started around the time they launched the collider with Cern. So I don't know. With Cern, a lot of scientists are very much against it because they think it can cause black holes. A lot of people think they're trying to use Cern for interdimensional travel. I will get into all of that later. I will talk about all of that later. I don't want to talk about it too much in this particular video, but I wanted to kind of just tell you guys a little bit about what Cern is, about the collider. The collider was down for 2 years. It then relaunched again in April of 2015. For another 3-year run of high energy collision experiments. And then at the end of 2018, entered the second 2-year shutdown period. So I think it went until about June of 2018. No, was it June? Yeah, I think it went until June, then they shut it down again. So it's currently on that shutdown period time again. So I don't really know. I don't really want to get into too many things. I don't want to spoil the future videos, but that's kind of what Cern is. I wanted to give you guys a general understanding of what it was, because I'm going to be talking about it a lot. Now, I believe that Michael was very much privy to information about Cern. I think it was a very big concern of his. I will get into all of that, but I wanted you guys to have a general understanding of what it is. It's going to be a very big factor in all my videos. So, like I said, do your homework, look it up, find information about it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell, because you don't want to miss these videos that are going to come out. I'm probably going to have my next video out tomorrow. I'm going to start working on it actually tonight. The intro video to all of this, I do have 2 previous videos about it on my channel, but I'm going to be removing those videos because I don't want them to spoil what's going to be easier for me to just explain to you guys this way. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, enable notifications so you know that when I'm uploading, and do your homework, look up the Mandela effect, look up Cern. These things are not new for me. I've been talking about both of these things for a very long time, but in particular Cern, but now everything has pretty much come together for me, so I can kind of put it all together for it to make sense and how it relates to Michael. So thank you guys for listening. I know this was very quick. I just wanted to get this up there for you guys to be able to understand what I'm going to be talking about. Like, subscribe, enable. Okay, have a great night, and thank you. Bye.